everyone, it's Jane. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. We are into week 3 of November, currently inked, and I am getting towards the end of my S's on my fountain pens and then starting with the T's. And I'm using this week Pannonia ink. So I have 7 different Pannonia inks as well as 7 pens that we're going through alphabetically. So I will get to the pens and the ink pairings here in just a second, and hope you're having a good November so far. So let's just get going. So first pen up is called, it's the last Skogsy of my Skogsy collection, and this one is a pocket pen. It's called a Baby Saguaro pocket pen, and this is in the colorway Pink Micarta, or Micarta, and the nib on this is a double broad, and it has that nice little cactus on it that's Skogsy's logo. I have this one inked with Pannonia Abigail, and I do have to admit I tried to eyedropper this, and it didn't go well. So I have it. It has a little baby cartridge in it. I think you can eyedropper it. I must have done something wrong. So anyway, I am using my Pensioner ink station to save myself from spilling because these inks are a little tippy. So let's get to swatching. I'm going to be using my where'd it go? Dominant Industry ink muddler, if I can find it. There we go. And then to write with, we'll write with the pen. So here we go with the swatches. This is a bright fluorescent pink, which matches the pen perfectly. Okay, I gotta get that on there, seated pretty well. And this pen just fits my hand really well, even though it's a pocket pen. So this is Skogsy Baby, and I hope I'm saying that right, Saguaro. It is a double broad, and this is with Pannonia Abigail, and I may be pronouncing that wrong too because it has a little accent over the E. So this pen is just a fantastic pen. It puts down a lot of ink, and just so much fun to write with. And on top of that, it came with a cute little rickshaw sleeve. Tiny, tiny little sleeve. Isn't that cute? I just love that. So that's pen day number 1 of week 3 of November. So then our next pen up is that over Stationery Universe, and it had she had a collaboration with White Bear Pens, and this particular pen, I love the finial on that. Hopefully my ring light is not making that do weird things. Let's see if I can get that angle just right. I'm also filming at night, and normally I film during the day, so hopefully the lighting on this is okay. So anyway, I got distracted here. Stationery Universe White Bear Pens collaboration, and this is called Butterfly Nebula. This one has a medium nib on it, but it also has their Stationery Universe's logo etched into the nib. And I have this inked with, oops, I need to put the lid back on, the pink. Now this one is inked with, I have a lot of blue inks this week, but that's the kind of inks I have from Pannonia. But this is inked with Morning Morpho, and that is a Stationery Universe collaboration with Pannonia. You can get this ink with or without shimmer, and I ended up getting it without shimmer, but it is just beautiful either way. Put just a little bit more down there so you can kind of see it when it pools. It's just really pretty. I do believe that this will, let me see if this could post, but it makes it awfully long. And I just prefer not to post my pens anyway. So that's what it looks like in my hand. And here we've got Stationery Universe. And White Bear Pens. I feel really lucky to have this pen. This one is Butterfly Nebula. She sold these in Chicago, and I think she sold out really quickly. So I feel extremely lucky. So it's a medium nib, and this is with Pannonia Morning Morpho. I'm not going to put that it's a collaboration because I'll know that. Morning Morpho. And here we go. So that is just a very legible, beautifully writing pen, beautifully balanced pen. Digging it. Okay, so that is day 2. Check out Stationery Universe if you ever get a chance. I really like supporting Tori because she is a small business and she's got really cool stuff and nice stickers and all that kind of stuff. Okay, day 3. Let me switch my sheets here. Okay, we're into the T's now. So this is a Taccia pen and it is called the Granite Stone and it's red CT is the colorway. It is metal. And I have a zoom nib on this one. This is their more affordable line. I can't afford most of Taccia's pens because they're stunning. They do a lot of urushi, I think you say it that way. And they're gorgeous pens. And I love their nibs. Just wonderful, but I can't afford them. These are more affordable. Okay, so this is Pannonia Cheerio Water Bus, and that's in collaboration with Ink Dependence. This is the logo of Ink Dependence. This has a little metal ball in it, so when you shake it up, it's not shimmer, but it is a color-changing ink. I don't know if this is still available or not. You might have to check Ink Dependence website to see if he still has any or not. It's kind of a greenish blue color shifting ink, tealish, but just cool color. And I thought that the zoom nib on this pen would show that off really well. Let me put the ink lid back on. Okay, and this is a very comfortable pen, but you can see how big it writes. Taccia Granite. And it is a zoom nib. It looks like, kind of writes like a marker, doesn't it? And this is with Pannonia. And it's Cheerio Water Bus. There you go. And that's what that writes like. I think, let me try to write in reverse with this. I don't remember if it does. Yeah, it does. Oops. My hand slipped a little bit. So that's what that looks like. And that is day number 3. Day number 4, also a Taccia pen. This is also an affordable Taccia pen, is a Taccia Spectrum. And it is in Merlot red. It's a cigar shape. I have this one with a music nib. So this one will put down even more ink. It's very smooth writer. And I have this inked up. I told you I got a lot of blues, so I don't have much Pannonia ink that isn't blue. Well, this one isn't blue. It's called Patina. I put this ink in here because I think it's a fairly, I don't know. I think it's a dry ink. I'm not positive, but I've had trouble with the ink looking good coming out of most nibs. And I don't know if it's because it's so light or what. But I thought with the music nib, it should help show the color change in that and just, maybe make it a little bit more legible. We'll see. Okay, so this is get it going here. Okay, Taccia Spectrum. And this is a music nib. Trying to see, it's a 2-tined. Usually musics are 3-tined, but this one is 2. At least that I can see. This is Pannonia Patina. I'll make sure I spell that right. There we go, because I'm known to not spell things correctly. So you see how the ink starts out really light and then it'll pool at the end. And I just didn't like that coming out of most nibs. And I don't know if it's the ink. So I'm going to write in reverse with this and see. It should write in reverse, but I honestly think it's this ink. Just being kind of a, I don't know what's up with it, but it does normally, this nib does write in reverse. It's just not being legible with this particular ink. So I may change that out, but I wanted to show you the Pannonia inks that I actually have. So that is that. Now we're on to day 5, which is also a Taccia pen. This is a fairly new acquisition. I got this back in August. And this one is called the Covenant, and the colorway is Persimmon Wood. This is the one that has a ridiculous cap. I mean, that's the cap. That's the pen. So the cap is almost as long as the pen. A little thinner of a pen, but I mean, if you were it does post because you screw it, there is a screw on the back that it screws into place, but look at, it's a little, don't you think that's a little ridiculous? Maybe it isn't to others, but to me, it's like, whoa, Nelly. So anyway, then, oh, this one is a medium nib, also a Taccia nib. Very smooth writer. Put it back in that ginormous cap. This one is inked with Pannonia and Amarillo stationery, and this one is, where's the name? Azul Frida. It's a deep kind of blue. It's also very pretty blue. Again, doesn't go with this pen in you know, if you're trying to match, but again, I wanted to show my Pannonia inks. Okay, this is Taccia. Oh, I love how this writes. In comparison to the bigger writing pens, this one is, you know, it's a medium nib, so it does, but it's just so smooth. Okay, Pannonia, and I will put Amarillo. Azul Frida. But I think if I had to do more fine writing, like fit it in a certain area, I would definitely reach for this pen and this nib, even though it's got a weird cap. So there's that one. Okay, on to day 6. We have, try to get these sheets separated. We have a this is Tailored Pen Company, and this is done with Gourmet Pens. It's a Gourmet Pens exclusive or collaboration, and the colorway is Portuguese Man o' War, and this is in a medium nib, which has the Gourmet Pens ink splot logo on it. I think she may still have some of these available. I'm not sure, but she's not shipping to the United States right now. But if you're not in the United States, you might be able to score one of these pens. I have this one inked up with Pannonia, also the Stationery Universe, but Midnight Morpho collaboration with Stationery Universe. So this one should go with this pen really well, I think, because it's kind of a blue, purpley leaning changing ink. Okay, and this is Tailored Pen Company. I'm at a weird angle, so that's why it didn't write. Tailored Pen Co. with Gourmet Pens. A medium nib. I'm not going to write out Portuguese Man o' War because it just would, it's too much. Pannonia. What is Midnight Morpho? And this one is just also a really nice writing medium nib. It's a juicy medium nib. I would say that's because Gourmet Pens likes sort of a juicier pen. So she makes sure all of her nibs are a wet writing. So that's what that looks like. And last pen for the week is, where am I? also a tailored pen company, and this is the Essex model. So you kind of see it's kind of curvy. It's very subtle. This was in collaboration it's an exclusive with Endless Pens, and it's called Happy Sunflower. And what I love, this is also, oh, this is a broad nib. What I love about this is it has, I'm not sure that my camera is going to pick it up, but it has a sunflower and a little bee buzzing around it, which I think is just too cute. And this one I have inked up with Pannonia, also Amarillo collaborative, and it's Amarillo Antiguo. So this one is another matchy-matchy. So I have two pens that are matchy-matchy with their inks, and the other ones are kind of, sort of, kind of not. But this ink is a very bright yellow, but legible yellow, golden yellow, in my opinion. We'll see what it looks like coming out of the pen. And this one has an interesting little ridge right here around in the grip section, which I like it. I think it's neat. Okay, so this is Tailored Pen Co. I'm just going to put Happy Sunflower because that's what it is. And it's also Endless Pens Flower. I don't know if this is still available or not. It's a broad nib. It writes, to me, it writes more like this medium nib does. So kind of in between there. So we've got Pannonia, Amarillo, let me make sure I spell that right, Antiguo. Okay, there you go, and that's that pen. I'm going to pause this for just a second, let the inks dry a little bit because they're starting to make some changes, and so hopefully we'll be able to see those after it's dried, so I'm just going to pause it a sec. We're getting close to being dried, but I'm just not patient enough to wait, so there is still some pooling. But here is the Pannonia Abigail. Here is the Morning Morpho, so you can see there is some little bit of green and blue there. That's the Cheerio Water Bus. Trying to see if my camera will put off more light. Hopefully this is coming through better than what it is for me. Here is the Patina. So you can see it does have quite a bit of different shading in there, but I'm having trouble with it coming out of the pen. So I more than likely will switch ink in that pen to write with this week. Here is Azul Freda. And then Midnight Morpho, which has some really interesting haloing and color change in that. And then here is the Amarillo Antigua. So I'll show you the pens one more time. We have our Skaggsy Baby Sequoia. We have the, maybe I should just hold them up for you again, Skaggsy. Here is the Stationery Universe and White Bear Pens collaboration of Butterfly Nebula. Here's the Taccia Granite Stone. Here is the Taccia Spectrum. And then the Taccia Covenant in Persimmon Wood. Tailored Pen Company and Gourmet Pens, Portuguese Man of War. And the Tailored Pen Company and Endless Pens, Happy Sunflower. So those are my pens for week 3 of November. I hope you enjoyed that. Please consider subscribing and hitting the thumbs up if you like the video. And if you haven't subscribed, we have a lot of fun, or at least I do. Leave me a comment however you'd like to do that. So appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.